Well, hello. How you doing? Good to have you on with us this morning, and we always appreciate the folks that come on with us live. And I know not everybody can, but we sure appreciate it. We love our friends, our live audience, and we want to say hello. Brahim, you're numero uno. Mike from Norland. Brahim from Portland, Oregon. Lori Lee, Ventura, California. And Wasega, Rita, Brenda, good morning. You guys are right at the top today. Nice to have you on this morning. Fran from Orangeville. Nick from our staff, good morning. Kevin, Oshawa. And Mary from Norwich. And Heather, Miramachi, I can never say that. Gary, Bolton, Yolande, bonjour. Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia, Janet, Thunder Bay. Patty, St. Catharines. Darlene, good morning. And Linda. And Azina, how are you? Larice from the Philippines. Maria, Ottawa. Beverly, good morning. And Cecilia, Shedjak, Nouveau Brunswick. Etta. Carol, Monk Pearl, Newfoundland. Deb, good morning from Timmins. Rosemary, how are you? T.R. Catherine. Melika, I think I said, did I say hello to you already, Melika? Vera, Newfoundland. Dave from Gilmore. Linda, oh, we love those Lindas. Deb, good morning. Motown. Detroit. Francis, Sandy, Barry. Marley, good morning from Windsor. Hazel, St. John's, Newfoundland. Cindy, Dowling. And I can't see that. Sylvie, how are you? Donna. Sometimes it goes up into that ceiling, guys. I can't see it. Lori. There's two Loris on at least. Beverly, Bruno, good morning. North Bay, right? And Mir Mishi. John, someone tried to help me out. I think it was Fran. Good morning, Dorothy. Couple of more guys and we'll get going. There's Doc McHugh, and I haven't said hello to you in a long time. Sherry. Donna. Wendy, good morning. And Sandy from Washington. Or Vancouver, Washington, or Washington, no, Vancouver, Washington. Peggy. And I can't see it. Barbara. Okay, Atlanta. Let's go before I make more mistakes. Anita. Okay. Now, guys, bear with me for a minute here, okay? I'm actually going to do a Bible reading this morning, okay? I was reading this, and it's not like I haven't read it before, but it sort of just brought me to think this morning, okay? So this is found in Proverbs chapter 6. Some of you might be familiar with this, but if you're not, let me read it to you. I'm just going to read 3 verses to you, okay? 4 verses, actually. There are 6 things, Proverbs chapter 6, and I'm starting in verse 16. There are 6 things the Lord hates. No, 7 things. He detests, okay? Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong, a false witness who pours out lies, a person who sows discord in the family. Okay? 7 deadly sins. Okay? And I want to, when I was reading that, I was thinking about, let's do this morning 7 deadly sins that your body hates, okay? Now, we know what the Lord hates, but this is what your body hates. Obvious and a lot of repetition here, guys, but this is what your body detests. Okay? Number one on the hit parade, sugar. Sugar. Your body detests it. Now, you might like it. You as a person might like it. But your body detests it. Now, you guys know this. I talk about this all the time. I repeat it and repeat it and repeat it because it's amazing to me that medicine hasn't got the memo on this yet. It goes back to simply the way your body operates, your biochemistry, your physiology. Your body knows that sugar is so toxic that you have an organ called your pancreas. Again, I always like to use illustrations. Ballpoint pen. I'm very fussy about this. I like pens. And I don't like just any pen. I like my pens. And I don't want anybody touching them. Ask Nick or Jeanette from our staff who worked with me in the office. Don't touch my pen. Okay? Use your own pens. I like my pen. Okay? Kind of funny, but I'm protective of it. Anyway. Okay? But I like to use this illustration. Your pancreas is the same size as this ballpoint pen. And yet, it's dedicated to take sugar out of your bloodstream. You can eat 20 donuts. Don't do it, but you could. And within an hour and a half, your blood sugar will be down to, out of 5 liters, you'll be down to a teaspoon or less. Because your body is smarter than medicine. Your body hates sugar. Okay? So don't confuse what you like or I like. Listen, we'll talk about this in a minute. Okay. You think you like it, but your body hates it. Okay? And I talked to you yesterday about size matters. When you constantly eat sugar, you need insulin to tell sugar to get out of the bloodstream. Sugar is so destructive to your blood vessels. Ask a diabetic. I always tell people that. Well, what do you mean, Doc? How about moderation? I said, no, let's ask a diabetic. What problems do diabetics have? It's all circulation. They're 50% more likely to have a heart attack. They're 50% more likely to get cancer. They're 50% more than 50 to get kidney disease. They're more than 50% to get eye problems. They're more than 50% to get limb problems. What is limb problems? Right? What is it? It's circulation. Blood vessels that have been destroyed by sugar. Not cholesterol, sugar. Okay? 7 deadly sins. Okay? What does the Lord detest? And what does your body detest? Okay? What does your body detest? Sugar. And you can't make a case for why you need sugar. I'm not saying you're going to go the rest of your life without having it. I'm just telling you your body don't like it. And it has an organ dedicated to getting it out of your bloodstream and to store it. And sugar gets stored as fat. And of course, we live in a day and age. Big change in 1980. Big change. Because the food industry discovered a sugar they could make in a lab high fructose corn syrup. And I'm telling you, I called it back in the 80s. I called it the Antichrist of sugars, was high fructose corn syrup. Dr. Martin, it's fructose. Must be good. I remember talking about high fructose corn syrup, and I think it was a dietitian, whatever, but she worked for the high fructose corn syrup industry. And she said, Dr. Martin, what you say is not true. High fructose corn syrup is actually good for you. And I said, on what planet are you living on? That is so destructive. It's what your body detests, because fructose, the fact that it's liquefied, and I always tell you this, never, ever, ever drink a juice. Don't drink juice. God wanted you to eat fruit, not drink it. Now you can put a few berries in the Dr. Martin smoothie. Okay. Now, okay, sugar is at the top of the list that your body detests. Here's another thing your body detests is sweets, okay? Because, look, I know it's sugar, but it's people get this idea like chocolate is good for you. Well, maybe 100% pure. My wife calls that X-Lax. Why would I want 100% or 90% pure chocolate? I know Valentine's Day is coming, and you ain't going to give them, I don't think you're going to give your sweetheart 90% sugar-free or whatever they call it, 90% pure chocolate. They don't like it. You won't be a sweetheart for long. Okay? But sweets. Okay? It's a deadly sin. I was laughing with a friend, because we were just talking about when I was a kid, okay? Or when he was a kid. And he said, you know what I love and I still love? Cherry blossoms. I hadn't heard that word I said, do they still make cherry blossoms? He said, yeah. I said, I used to love those things as a kid. Now, my mom wouldn't let me eat it, but my grandma would. Cherry blossoms. You know what and listen, guys, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I have not had a cherry blossom since probably, I don't know, high school, grade 9. Okay? I told you the story of my dad becoming a diabetic in 1968 when I was in high school. And my dad just said, he explained what diabetes was to me. And he said, it's called sugar diabetes. Not that you need sugar, that you can't have sugar. That was in 1968. I was in high school. What? Well, I can't have sugar, son. Why? Well, I don't get along with sugar. I'm a diabetic. It's sugar diabetes. That's what they used to call it. Before the food industry got a hold of the name. They're so powerful, they were able to change the name of sugar diabetes to type 2 adult onset diabetes. Don't worry about the kids. Don't worry about the kids. It's adult onset diabetes. Even today, that's what it's called. Type 2 adult onset diabetes. That was changed from sugar diabetes. You know the chocolate bar I liked in high school? O. Henry's. Okay? I loved O. Henry's. But I haven't had that since high school. Since grade 12. I've never had an O. Henry since. I went cold turkey after my dad called it sugar diabetes. Did I miss it? Yeah, for a bit. I wouldn't even think of getting a chocolate bar or something like that. No. I mean, I know they're tempting. I watch young people go into the candy store. What? Yeah, to Starbucks, the candy store. And they drink. It's worse when they drink it. When they drink sugar, they go to Starbucks. And I had grandchildren that worked for Starbucks and Tim Hortons. It's a good place to work, you know, because you're busy. You don't stop, right? You learn how to work. And I really appreciated my kids sending their kids, my grandchildren, to work hard. It's a good habit, and to earn their own money. But they used to tell me, Grandpa, you wouldn't believe the amount of sugar we put in this stuff. You know, I was at first, I said to my look at all these young people that are listening to my podcast and learning the benefits of coffee. You know, aren't they smart? They said, Grandpa, they're not doing that, man. They are full of sugar. These lattes and this and that and the other thing. Worst thing you can do is go to the candy store if you're going to put sugar in any of those drinks. Worst thing is to drink sugar, like I said earlier. So 7 deadly sins. Sugar, sweets, okay? No cherry blossoms, and no O. Henry's chocolate bar, and no drinking any juice or coffee with sugar in it. You're destroying the benefits. You know that I call that vitamin C. You're destroying the benefits of it. Starchy foods, pasta, rice, cereals, sugar, I already said that. Sugar, sweets, I already said that. Bagels, muffins. Oh, Dr. Martin, it's a carrot muffin at Dunkin' Donuts. It's got 8 teaspoons of sugar in it. Go to a place where they got to show you what they put in it. They never liked me. Tim Hortons, because I knew a couple of the managers. And I said, I want to know what you put in those muffins so I can tell my patients. What? It's all good stuff. It's carrots. We put carrots in there with wheat and no. I want to know how much sugar you got in there. 8 teaspoons. Get off the starchy foods. It's a deadly sin that your body hates. Your body detests it. Soft drinks. Lay off the soft drinks. They're not soft on your body, believe you me. Okay? Lay off that stuff. You know, when you go on the reset, one of the things that I really try and emphasize on the reset, okay? And it's the reason it goes past 3 weeks. It's one of the reasons. The biggest reason you do the reset, okay, and make it your priority is getting rid of insulin resistance. My experience, it takes 30 days for your cells at the cellular level, which are resistant to insulin, because over the years, sugars and crappy carbs and starchy foods and your body, insulin. If you eat carbs, and especially the crappy ones and sugar, your body has no choice but to release insulin. But what happens, your cells resist. They get tired of it. You know how I use the illustration? That neighbor that's a pain in the butt, coming by all the time. Okay? The Bible has something to say about that too. Don't go to your neighbor too often. They'll detest you. Okay? No, but seriously, insulin, you develop at the cellular level on the coding of your cells go, I hate your guts, insulin. Quit coming. Well, insulin says, no, I won't. If you insist on eating the wrong foods, I have to come. Remember, my primary job is to take sugar out of the... Well, Dr. Martin, I don't eat sugar. I eat bread. No, that's sugar. It's whole wheat. It's 12 grain. It's, Dr. Martin, ancient grain. I eat ancient grains. Well, your brain is ancient. Okay? Because it's all going to be sugar. That's just the way it happens. Do you think I don't like bread? I love bread. Man shall not live by bread alone. That's in the Bible too. Okay. I love bread and I could live on bread. I mean it. You know, it just shows you the difference. My wife, she don't like bread. I said, what planet are you from? What do you mean you don't like bread? If I smell bread, one of my biggest memories as a kid, my Aunt Delina, every Tuesday, made homemade, I could smell it from school, homemade cracked wheat bread. I said, if I can't, I have to get there as fast as I can, man, because that is and my aunt loved it when I come over and she, oh, citon, viens sit, in French, you know, and you can have, and I it was about this thick and with butter. Oh my word. I love bread, but it don't love me. It don't love me. Guys, it's going to be sugar. You develop insulin resistance. Your cells don't like insulin anymore. And the more and more and more insulin to do the same job for the same food. That's insulin resistance. That's what happens inside the body. And you guys know that. I've been preaching that for so long. It's a deadly sin. Bread, pasta, I don't care. It's sugar, honey, rapidly. Seed oils, they're all start with S. Seed oils. Boy, your body hates that. Your body detests it. Because your body don't know what that is. I'll give you an example. Margarine, okay? You should have heard me screaming in the 70s. Screaming. John the Baptist in the wilderness. Hello! Your body doesn't know what that is. Open up some margarine. Open up a tin of margarine. And put it, okay, it's winter. Probably not a good idea. Let's do it in the summer. Put it outside, margarine. Open it up. Put out some butter. Open up butter, okay? And put it beside and see which one the bugs go after. They won't even touch margarine. You know, sometimes I think bugs are smarter than we are. Margarine, you think a bug? They go, what is that? What did that crazy Martin put out there on the porch here? He's got, what is that stuff? We don't like that stuff. Oh, there's butter. We like that. Bugs are smarter than we are. You know, humans think they're smart, right? They think they're very smart, and they go, well, if cholesterol is the root cause of heart disease, we must get rid of cholesterol in food. Right? So what did they do? I watched them do it. They invented margarine from vegetable or seed oils. And they convinced everyone that was better than butter. Look at the fat in butter. True or false, guys? Am I telling the truth right now? Remember what a deadly sin is. A lying tongue. God hates a lying tongue. I ain't lying, folks. Margarine, you might as well be consuming plastic. Your body don't even know what it is. Margarine, what is that? Your body's going, what? What are you giving me? Oh yeah, but Dr. Martin, it's low in fat. Yeah, that's the problem. Seed oils. Go in the middle aisles of your grocery store. Hydrogenated oils. Made in a factory. Okay? Canada's gift to the world, canola oil. Ooh, like, it looks good. It sounds good. It is good, guys. Canola oil is good for your car. Put it in your car. It's fully synthetic. I went to get my oil changed, okay? And the guy goes, okay, do you want traditional oil or synthetic? Well, you know me, I'm a nature guy. You know, I want natural. Okay? And I said, well, I'm thinking just oil. And I said, but tell me why you even offer synthetic. He said, well, synthetic oils, okay, they don't break down as fast. And they actually protect your engine better. It's more expensive, but he said, I think it's worth it. Okay? And I go, well, I don't know anything about my car. But you do. I'll take your word for it. And guys, that's what canola oil is. That's what sunflower oil is. That's what safflower oil is. That's what grapeseed oil is. Okay? That's what rice bran oil is. Did I miss one? The rapeseed. They sound good, okay? And the cottonseed, they sound good. But the problem is how they get them turned into an oil. There's about a 15-step process. It's so synthetic. Your body don't even know what to do with it except saying, you know what, that's a foreign invader. I don't know what that is. Therefore, your immune system goes, you're eating margarine, okay? Let's just use margarine. Oh, Dr. Martin, it's basil. I used to hear that in my office. It looks like butter, it's basil. And I said, I don't care. It's bad. Basil. Who cares if it's basil? What's that mean? Okay. Well, we take margarine, you ingest it, and your body goes, hold on here. What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay? Therefore, your body's immune system goes to work. Your body says, you just consumed a foreign substance. And it identifies it and sends out your immune cells to, and you know what that does, guys? You know what that does? It creates an inflammation response in your body. And inflammation, as I always say, is not Houdini. It's not Houdini. Something has to create inflammation in the body. Now, inflammation is on your side till it's not. Inflammation is good if you have an infection, if you have an injury. Inflammation's good. I know it hurts, but it's actually healing. But not if you're consuming a foreign oil, because that inflammation will not go away. Why did I read? I don't want to go back, because if I go back in my notes, I think if you consume a tablespoon, I think I'm right about this. I'll confirm it after. A tablespoon of margarine. Okay, you put it on your piece of bread. Double whammo. Okay. Like, what else would you use? I guess you could use it for cooking. Terrible. Anyway, it says, okay, this study said it takes 6 weeks for your body to get rid of that tablespoon of margarine. 6 weeks. And now you created an inflammatory response within the body, and that ain't good for you. My friend, please, never, ever consume seed oils. Okay? Read your labels. Read the labels on the box or on the can or whatever. If they use hydrogenated oils, run, Forrest, run. Okay? Run away. Deadly sin. Okay, here's another one. Snacking. It's an S. Okay? Sugar, sweets, soft drinks, starchy foods, seed oils, snacking. You know where snacking came out of? Again, I've been around a long time. I watched them do it. The food industry. You need to eat several times a day. Okay? You need to eat several times. You need to keep the fire stoked. Okay? I remember having a debate with a dietitian once. You need to keep your fire stoked. I said, yeah, if you choose the wrong foods, you're going to need to keep your fire stoked. If you insist on eating bread and pasta and cereals and rice and all these things, you're eating paper and pretend you're a wood stove. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to put a little bit more paper on the fire. You don't put paper on the fire. It's going to burn in 2 seconds. No wonder you're hungry all the time. A piece of bread is paper. Pasta is paper. You need eggs, meat, and cheese to stoke the fire and keep the fire going, and logs on the fire are eggs, meat, and cheese. That's how your body works. You need to snack. No, you don't. Why do you need to snack? Not if you're eating enough protein. Protein is the king of the castle with fat. See how God puts food together? He puts protein and fat together. Not carbs and fat. That's a donut. Come to think of it, I like donuts too. I don't eat them, but I like them. You? Plain donut, just a plain one, okay? Because remember my friend at Tim Hortons? I said, okay. How many teaspoons of sugar in a plain donut? Never mind the ones that got the icing on it. This is just plain 6 teaspoons of sugar. In a plain? Holy moly. Yeah, don't eat it. Okay, snacking. Here's the 7th deadly sin. Stress. Tomorrow I'm going to do 7 things. Do they all start with S? Yeah, pretty well. 7, okay? Here's the 7th deadly sin that your body hates. Okay? Stress. Prolonged. Man, that's deadly. Okay? You're going to... stress is pouring like, okay, I always use the example of cortisol because that's your stress hormone. And cortisol is normal. Everybody makes cortisol. Everybody. Okay? And your body needs cortisol. Your body can't operate without cortisol. And it's higher in the morning and lower at night. And it's actually good for you till you use it too long. It's not meant to be running 24/7. You're pouring gasoline on the fire of inflammation. Stress. It is one of the biggest factors in heart disease, one of the biggest factors in cancer, one of the biggest factors in autoimmune. And you can elevate your insulin just by being stressed. Because what does cortisol do? Elevates your blood sugar. It's waking you up. It's getting you going. It's getting you ready for the fight or flight. It'll raise your blood sugar on its own. And people today, and I've talked about this a gazillion times, people are more stressed today than ever before. Big time. Anyway, 7 deadly sins that your body hates. Sugar, sweets, soft drinks, starchy foods, seed oils, snacking, and stress. 7 S's. Okay, guys. Okay, we love you. Planning an afternoon session tomorrow, okay? Planning. And Friday is what? Question and answer Friday. Okay? So guys, send your questions in. Don't be shy. You know we have a great time on Fridays with questions, and even goes into Mondays sometimes. We did this week. Question and answer Monday. We had so many questions, and I get going. I can't help myself. Okay, guys, we love you. Talk to you soon.